We find so many times in life that the imperfect is what's desirable. The imperfect is what's great in life. The imperfect is what draws us to the piece of the puzzle that we're looking for. But when we wait for perfection, it never is perfect enough. It never is the result we want. All right, let's go. If you are tired of not feeling fit, tired of not having the focus, tired of just not having the financial resources or the relationships that you deserve to have, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Live 100 podcast, the place you come to break the bad habits that no longer serve you so you can build the future that you deserve, so you can magnify the success that's within your reach. Today, we're talking about how to not be lazy. So let that sink in, right? Many times we have lazy days, but when it's time to act, we still find ourselves conflicted by laziness. And it's rarely ever our body, it's our minds, our inability to be resilient in the times when we need to stand up and be accountable and disciplined to ourselves. We fail ourselves continually. Why is that? Because we set the stage too far out of reach. I want to talk to you about 5 strategies today that you can do to stop being lazy. Number 1 is you need to put forth small, repeatable steps daily, a daily commitment to activity. And most of us, we want to go out there with the New Year's resolution effect. We want to go out there and do the big, right? Have this gigantic growth, this gigantic action take place. And what happens? We find it that it's too insurmountable. So we fail, right? 88 to 90% of New Year's resolutions fail. Why is that? Because we continue to put ourselves on a pedestal that we have to do big instead of taking the small actions daily that get you to the results. So ask yourself, right? If you just did a little bit each and every day, right? If you just started that today, or you had started that years ago, think about where that momentum will build to. But no, we sit here on the sideline saying, that's just a lot to do today, right? It's why we don't get out there to the gym. It's why we don't get out there to work in our business, right? Because we think of our business as today, I have to go out there and have an idea and create a product and start marketing that product and get some sales. Instead of just saying today, I need to do this one little piece of the puzzle. And then tomorrow I need to do the next piece of the puzzle. Many times we think about things like, why do things never get finished that get started? It's because we try to take off too much and we fail because we get frustrated and we lose track and we lose focus, right? This is the place you come to get back your focus because you're going to go there and take continual daily action. That daily action gets you to the momentum that leads to the success. Your day, your job, your role in this world is to go out there and take continual access and continual intention to improvement. Number 2, purpose. The act of living with purpose. If we're intent to be discontent, then the purpose doesn't matter. But most times when we get sidelined in life, we don't have it built in and we say, today's just not that important. We're just lazy to the result. It's because we are not living with purpose. We are not living with intention. A life well lived is a life built on purpose. If we lose purpose in our life, we lose the life that we deserve to have. So many times in life, we say that I have to have my why, right? But we forget to have the purpose that's built in, right? We forget to give it our all. We usually say it doesn't matter if I show up or not, right? We don't. You think about this in anything in society, right? If I just eat this one thing, it won't matter. If I don't vote today, it won't matter, right? If I don't do this, it won't matter. If I, don't show up to my kids' activity, it won't matter. If I don't go out there and make that one more call, it won't matter. But it does, because this is your life. And if you want to set the stage to be different than 99% of other people, you have to do what 99% of other people won't. And it starts with you being intent on being purposeful with your actions, purposeful with your results, and purposeful with the activities. That's what you come here to Live 100 to find. It's to find the results that you deserve to have, to find the results that you can and get and will have if you take daily action, if you go out there with intent and with purpose. Number 3 is about not being a perfectionist. A perfectionist is someone who just never gets started. There's always a reason why it's just not perfect yet. It's not perfect yet. It's not perfect yet. And so you won't come out to the world to give your greatness because you're waiting on perfect. That's a made up thing that you're never going to act. We find so many times in life that the imperfect is what's desirable. The imperfect is what's great in life. The imperfect is what draws us to the piece of the puzzle that we're looking for. But when we wait for perfection, it never is perfect enough. It never is the result we want. It's never the activity that will get us to the point of starting. You have to fail. You have to fail forward. But so many times in life, we want to be the perfect person. We want to be the perfect everything instead of a work in progress. And guess what? We're all works in progress. What you are today is not what you're going to be tomorrow, which is not going to be what you're going to be a year from now or 2 years from now or 5 years from now. But it's you being imperfect in each and every moment as you drive forward to be better. That becomes you, becomes your greatest self. We will never be perfect in any moment. We did not live a life without sin. We are not going to go forward in this life without having imperfections that exist each and every day. So take note that your life is meant to take daily actions. It's lived with purpose and intention. And will it be perfect? No, but it will be your life. It will be your life to go out there. So how does this tie to lazy? Is that we do not take action because we're saying we need to be perfect. It's not perfect enough. It's not the right time. It's not the right now. That makes us lazy to ever getting started. It makes us lazy to living with purpose and living with intention. Next is that we always have to welcome the new. We find ourselves lazy because we get used to the old. We get used to the same. We get used to things that just don't serve us, don't treat us in a way that would be helpful to us because we want to live in a life that's comfortable. So we forget to be in a place that's uncomfortable. We get to forget to look at things with new eyes, with new lenses, with new fill in the blank, because we're scared of looking silly or not just knowing, right? And just having to ask questions, right? We want to be the people that know everything. But what happens? We know where we are, which is what we don't want. So you today, on your roll, on your traction, on your path to greatness, on your path to living 100, you have to constantly be in a stage of learning. You have to constantly be in a stage of discovery. So will that mean that you will not know everything? Absolutely, you won't. Are you going to look silly sometimes? Absolutely. Is it going to be the best thing that ever happened to you? 1000%. Lastly, we have to be patient. It ties back to number one. We have to continue to make action that creates small improvement. 1% over the course of a year, improvement every single day. When you go and do this and you compound the improvement, it's 3,800% of improvement. You have to be patiently persistent. Kindly push forward. Kindly push forward to that next thing and don't give up on yourself. That small bit that may not see on the surface as much is everything you need to break forward and be the fruit of your journey. This is what we do here at Live 100. We go out there to excel, to exceed, to go beyond our limits. But it starts with the small steps that build to the big steps that create the gigantic road that you've now transcended upon to get to the destiny that you deserve to have. There is no more laziness here. There is you living with intent, making small actions to create small improvements, to have the patience to manifest the light of life of purpose that gets you to what is your Living 100. All right, so if you can do anything for us, if this message was something that can be useful to you and others, go out there and share this with other people. Put this out there on social media. Share this with someone today that needs to break out of their own skin, that needs to push forward on their journey. And if you can do anything, leave us an honest rating and review. It's been so helpful to help this podcast grow to the stage it has been today. It's been so helpful for us to continue to grow with all the great feedback we're having to you. Let's do this.